Hello and welcome back to my Let's Play of Fire Emblem Path of Radiance. We're on part 16. When last we left, we completed our second job for Binyan, and we're kind of beginning to understand what it is that we are tasked to why we're doing these particular tasks, involving the Lagoos and slave trading and things like that. This current map that we're on is actually kind of a fun little map. Your only one real requirement to have is you need to have one child to be with you on this map. So you're going to want to include Mist, Rolf, or Soth on this particular map. Other than that, there's a lot of stuff to steal and doors to open, so if you don't have the keys and stuff, Volk is another one that you're going to want to carry on the map. It's a pretty small number of companions that you can actually have on this go, so you may be kind of restricted to, you may have to pass up on some folks that you actually want to level up due just to the small number of people that you have to play with. You also, at least with the group that you kind of chosen as your warriors of choice of sorts, they should all pretty much be close to the level 21. You're probably gonna have a few stranglers, at least the first tier ones. Within that, you may have some stranglers if you haven't been using any of the bench XP, but you should have at least a good amount close to leveling up or being promoted. And there's really not a whole lot of danger in this first part of the map. You have a few magic users, though nothing overly elaborate. You don't really have archers to deal with, and not really a whole lot of variety in the weapon choices either. I'm going to keep Boyd in the background there. He'll have his time to shine here in a little bit. And we have here our first little potential issue here. If you don't plan out these rooms, you could be in a little bit of a trouble, especially in some of the harder difficulty settings. There's there can be some surprises in there waiting for you. So you just need to make sure that you have enough folks to clear out the room after the door gets opened, or it could be a little bit of trouble. And it's also in this bottleneck that you have to plan things out just a little bit. You've got an archer, a long-distance archer. You got a few armored units, some magic users. So it's kind of important how you block off this area. You don't want to proceed too far in too quickly. But in the same light, you want to make sure and protect the area and slowly get rid of some of the baddies. And your basic goal is to take your child, whichever child that you chose to bring. I think Soren might work on this as well. I don't remember. But basically, you take whatever character you chose, and you want them to get to the left side of the map. And you saw the two spearmen down there. So basically, if Boyd is at a decent enough level, I'm at 15 now, so these guys shouldn't be too big of a problem. You know, if you're a few levels lower than that, then you may want to put Titania or, you know, someone else with him a little bit. But most of the time, if you've been using Boyd enough, and you probably will since he's one of the better units in the game, then he's going to have no problems with it. You may have to heal him, but at the end of the day, he'll do all right. It'll be a good chance for him to get some XP, since you know you're in pretty tight corridors, and it's kind of difficult to spread out XP when you're in that in this type of scenario. But I believe even in the harder difficulty settings that there's sparemen, so it's a pretty safe bet that you're gonna be okay with just leaving Boyd down there. That's basically what you're going to want to do. You want to actually put Mist or your kid at within the attacking range of that one particular NPC. And then we get a thief to deal with. But first, get to talk to Devdin, whatever. Basically, if you talk to him as one of the kids, he will become a new companion. He's another spear user, kind of like Nephany. I think he's already a second tier unit. I mean, he's already been promoted, but really his stats aren't anywhere near as good as Nephany will be. So he's another bench character, and really he doesn't really come with anything all that great either. I think one of his big things is a heavy spear, or something like that he comes with, which it's an okay weapon, but it's not like your you know, killer spear or anything else like that. So it might be a killer spear, I don't remember, but really he's another one that just is, he isn't all that important. Definitely a bench character. Even on the easy mode, he's a bench character. His side stories really don't pay off anything. I'm guessing he's there as a variety, if you want a spearman and haven't been leveling Nephany at all. So yeah, that's all there is to him. But anyways, that thief that popped up, you know, he would be a bit troublesome if you don't take him out too soon. You can kind of use him to help out by at least letting him open the door before killing him. That way you don't have to waste a turn with your thief or a key to do so. But all in all, you know, just make sure you take him out. If you're too slow, he's gonna steal everything pretty fast. So something to take note of. And the reasoning for me not killing the enemy healers is that I want to steal their rods, since then I wouldn't have to buy more. I think they're mending rods, actually. They may be just plain healing rods, but to give the XP to Volk as well. So that's kind of why I'm kind of avoiding killing them, at least for now. This is also another one of those maps where the boss won't come after you, so you don't really have to worry so much about him. And those obviously those magic users next to him won't be coming after you either. So after you pretty much cleared out the area, you can plan your attack pretty cleverly. Now, the boss is a spare user, heavy armored and all that, so you may think that this might actually be a good chance for like Boyd or some other axe user to come in. He actually has a pretty good critical chance hit, and it can do some pretty massive damage. I know in one of my playthroughs that he was able to one-shot Boyd at around level 15, but 40 health. He was able to one-shot critical hit, but it doesn't really reflect too much in his stats. His stats are pretty low when it comes to crit sets, but he can do some pretty massive damage. So he's one that you're gonna want to kind of be careful with a little bit. And basically all that I'm doing here now is I'm sort of camping him a little bit. I know it's going to be a while before I finish the map, so might as well spread out the XP a little bit. That's it for the boss. And after a little bit of cleanup, that's pretty much it for the map. I'm going to steal the last rod, finish up with the chests, heal everyone, and that would pretty much do it. Overall, it's a pretty enjoyable little map. Wish there was a little bit more variety to that, but hey, you know, whatever. Well, and I will leave you to the rest of it. So, thank you so much for watching, and God bless.